How's it going? I'm here recording a video. I haven't made anything up in about a week. I've only got 2 up right now. Being fully honest with you, I've recorded a lot of different things, but I've been getting a little frustrated with the format, so just... It's a bit of an interesting draft format, and, you know, it can be kind of hard to take some rough drafts, especially when you think you might have done pretty well. We're going to do one here today. I'm hoping that I'll have a better outcome, but just being fully upfront on that, I expect to put more up. I have a lot that I can upload. I've just been, you know, I feel like I've been hitting bust more than I would like to admit. And it can be kind of hard to sit with that sometimes and not, you know, let it get to you. I'd like to be successful at these things, and, you know, I'm putting them online, so there's a little bit of vulnerability to that. You know, that's just me being upfront with you on this. We're going to get into another one. Hopefully we can have a nice success on this, looking for about 4 wins. Other from that, thank you for being here. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent, put up, you know, 1 or 2 of these a week until it becomes a little easier for me to handle. And, yeah, thank you again for watching. And we'll get in the draft here. I'll see you in just a second. Now you'll notice here... We've got the Draftsmith ratings on here. I'm trying something a little bit new. This card is interesting. Spells you cast have affinity for artifacts, and it itself is a 4/4 double strike vigilance. Pretty good. I don't know that I want to start with a double color card. There's no real green cards in the pack, green being the color everybody's fighting for. Orbital Plunge, Cryo Shatter are cards that I'm interested in. I'm less interested in taking a Cerebral Download early. It is... you know, it's a nice draw spell, but 5 mana is quite a bit. The Crouch and Relic's also a pretty decent little trinket. I'm going to take Cryo Shatter. We'll go from there. Mechan Navigator's fine. Diplomatic Relations. Meltstrider Eulogist is a very good card if you build around it. Grav Kill. I'd like to avoid going blue-black if I can. It's one of the weaker pairs, apparently. And I personally haven't found a ton with it that I love. I've had some decent drafts. 2 good removal spells in black. Certainly could take those. The crew lands are largely unplayable. This has a good ability, but getting to 12 on that is not the best. Maybe we just take the good 2-drop. Diplomatic Relations is fine. 3 mana 3/3 is fine. I'm tempted to take the Relations. It's a signal that we got that, and it sends a signal to the person next to us that maybe green's closed for business. Specimen Freighter's a good card. I enjoy it. I think I might take a Worm. Umbral Collar Zealot's also very powerful. Here's the thing. I like taking Worm simply because when you're playing green, this I feel like is a very good beater to have. You know, no other really good green cards in the pack other from the Ice Cape Crasher, which is fine. Could be considered a signal. Zookeeper Mechan's a good card. Specimen Freighter is definitely very powerful. We're sending a signal blues open, so the Cryo Shatter might not be it. I'm going to take the Worm, I think, and maybe regret it later. More good black removal. So this is a moment where we could take a mediocre green card, just to try to say that green's closed for business to the next person, even though that's kind of the signal we're getting. Or we could take a good black rare, a good black removal card. Maybe a white removal card. The Sunset Saboteur is a pretty good card. You have to build around it a little bit, but it's good. This pack is interesting. I might pivot a little bit and go for the Saboteur. We passed a Grav Kill, a Depressurize. Black might be harder to fight for. You know what? I'm going to take Thawbringer and be sad about it later. I just, you know, I'm trying to be maybe a little greedy here, but greed pays off in the long run sometimes. So here, these are 2 cards I think I'm pretty happy taking. I like the Fate Maker. I've been impressed with this card. A second Cryo Shatter would be good, but we have 2 removal spells, and I'd like to fill out some creatures. Nutrient Block is a card you could take, but I think I'm a little more interested in getting creatures. So here, we're seeing another black removal spell. Hopefully that means our opponent is finding black to be a palatable color to them. Not opponent, our table partner here. We're going to take Shattered Wings. We haven't really passed them much in the way of green. And here, there's like no playable cards for us. We're definitely being told we need to get out of the colors we're in. But maybe pack 2 we can kind of change the story on that a little bit. Ooh, okay, well, Galeblade is just like barely playable in my opinion. It's fine, but it's not a card I'm excited about. This is our wheel pack. I think we're going to take... I mean, we're not playing any of these if we can help it. We'll take the Slag Drill Scrapper. I think it's the most playable if we had to switch to red. This pack is definitely us trying to stake our claim on a color that's like very contested. I wouldn't be surprised... Oh, this is a card I'm very happy to take. I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw a green card for the rest of the pack. And that's okay, because we got 5 pretty good ones. We got 3 reasonable blue cards. A very good one, I think. Pretty decent 2-drop. And then, you know, I think this card... There's a bunch of different 1-drops in the format. I think this one is actually pretty weak in comparison to the others. We're going to cut blue just to cut blue. Maybe our opponent's going to go into white. Maybe he'll go into black. We passed a lot of those colors. I know that we're taking weaker picks right now, but that's in the hopes that pack 2 means... Ooh, Starfield Vocalist is cool. I might take the Growth Strider over this, and here's why. This is double ETBs. Currently, we've got Thawbringer, Fatemaker, Worm, which are fine, but we're trying to make our neighbor go a little less green. So we'll take the Growth Strider because this is the best green card in the pack. And then if they're just like, oh, I guess I'll take a Worm, and the person next to them probably takes a Vocalist, we'll see what happens. I'm going to take that. Kind of get hosed here. So we're kind of ignoring a lot of cards by not taking like Gravkill. Blast Zone is certainly a card. I'm going to take Atmospheric Greenhouse. Again, I want green to be closed for business. Cerebral Download is fine. We really are ignoring black. I think at the end of this, when I look back, I'm gonna... Ooh, Gigastorm Titan. Nice. Over these cards, yeah. Probably gonna regret not going into black to some degree. Our deck is fine right now. It's certainly not... certainly not anything to write home about. But I do think we're picking up fine cards. Worm's good. Good, not great, but good. Growth Strider, I think, is pretty great, especially if we can get a counter from the Fatemaker, give it Trample. Gigastorm Titan, I think, is just one of those cards you're really glad to have. You know, 2-drops is where we're kind of hurting. So, like a Biomechan Engineer, just different things, you know, would be nice to pick up. We're definitely kind of taking a risky draft lane, though. Okay, this is a good pack for us. We have our Cerebral Download. Tapestry Warden, I think, is a pretty decent card. I think I'm happy to pass these two. They're playable, so they might, you know, be fine. 2-drop is kind of what we need. We've got playable 4s, so we'll pass a Crasher. Operative, I like a little bit less. Tenderfoot, this is just, it's fine. Here, what do we have for creatures? We're at 9. We've got 1, 2, 3 removal spells. You know, I might take the Crasher. I don't remember even seeing this the first pack. We must have taken something pretty reasonable over that. Yeah, Might's good. Worm over... No, I want the Worm. The Nutrient Block's certainly good. It draws you a card, but again, like, if we're trying to get the cards we want, I'm hoping that the person next to us, who I think was green pack 1, is feeling the pain and is less green pack 3. I should take a Nutrient Block there, to be honest with you, because this isn't like a signal card or anything. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have taken the Nutrient Block. It's a card that I would actually play. So as things stand right now, I'm not super impressed by what we're doing. They're just kind of like fine cards. And I think you need to do a little bit better than fine cards in this format. We have enough countery type cards, just like 2-ish, but, well, 3, I guess. Ooh, Thawbringer. I will play a Thawbringer. Okay. Maybe Lost in Space. I'll play it if I have to. I think this card's supposed to be pretty decent. So it's nice to get one back. It's definitely just playable. It's not like it's the best thing you're writing home about, but yeah. Okay, we need pack 3 to be good to us. Mean Gene, probably? Yeah. Tapestry Warden is definitely good, but, you know, we've got our 4s filled out well. Let's get a nice little 1-drop. Tractor Beam. There we go. That's a card. So this is a fun card, not a good card. I wouldn't mind playing it in the right deck. I think I've tried to make this work before. I actually did have a deck where I put this on a Specimen Freighter and I was able to make tokens of it. It's pretty cool. We'll take this Tractor Beam, though. That's pretty good. 14 creatures. We're doing okay on removal. We don't have any of the 2-mana Death Touchers. I might just take this. We have Cryo Shatter and Relations of the pack, though. You know, I think Cryo Shatter's probably a better pick here. It's just straight up removal. This is a 2-drop. We don't need a Shattered Wing, so we don't need any of this other stuff. We could try to go into other colors for removal. This late's probably pretty silly to do that. I'm not excited about Mech and Shieldmate, but when you're hurting for 2-drops, it is certainly filling a role. Okay. I'm pretty into an Uthros Scanship. It's just a fine card. Skystinger is a 3-drop, which again, we're not really hurting for that on creatures. We've got like 2 worms. Let's take a Scanship. I'm in on this card. Ooh, this is... Oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna take the Ilvoy Infiltrator simply because this card is like, if you can enable it, it is like gas. I've lost this card just because it's like, oh, they're just gonna draw cards. The damage almost doesn't matter. I mean, the damage does matter. Unblockable. It doesn't have to be small. If you can make this bigger, suit it up. I certainly wouldn't mind a Relic, but like, ooh. I'll play another Fate Maker. Not big on the counter spells in the format. They're fine. I think the 2-mana one's supposed to be playable, but I'm not super into it. Yeah, Drex Fate Maker. Let's get it. And we get a Relations for free. Huh. Okay. We're not going to play any of these. Alright, I think this kind of came together a little bit better than I was thinking it would. We're going to have to make some cuts, which is probably a good place to be, right? We got 2 of these. Free rare. We're not playing it. We're not really making tokens. I don't think we have a single... Wow, okay. I don't think we have a single way to make a lander in this deck. In fact, do we make a token anywhere? I don't think we do. It's fine with me. Okay. Yeah, I don't need your... I'm going to build the deck myself. I like having the little draftsmith thing, trying it out. It's new. Gives you an idea of like what cards go best with the cards you've taken, yada, yada, yada. Have to cut 3 cards. So we don't make landers, so we don't ramp very well outside of those, but we draw okay. We got a download and a Scanship. I don't like Galeblade. I think I'm cool cutting it. Mecha Navigator, Tenderfoot. We might want the Shieldmate just to have another 2-drop. Just to blocker. I'm not high on it, but it is a card. Infiltrator's good. Relations. I could see cutting a Shattered Wing since we have 2 Cryo Shatters, 2 Relations, and there's something else. Tractor Beam, I guess. Yeah, let's cut that. Download's good. Titan's good. Greenhouse is apparently not as high on people's list, and I guess I could see why. It's not horrible, but apparently its win rate's kind of low. We're not doing anything that makes the Crasher particularly impactful. We have like 1 land drop a turn. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's just go down. I don't see why not. Our curve seems relatively like streamlined. Yeah. Okay, we're in Simic. Not a bunch of huge payoffs, just reasonable simic cards. We'll see what we draw. Draw a fine hand. We go first. We got turn 2, turn 3 figured out. We can warp the Fate Makers as need be, but we'll draw lands eventually. We've got this Thawbringer to get us a Surveil next turn. Cool. Still just gonna do this. Land's good. Wouldn't mind another forest, but we get to 4 next turn. We could... I'll trade. Yeah, and they kind of know that. Probably just gonna Fate Maker. Put the counter on the Shield Mate. Navigator. And then we get in. With both? I don't think so. I think they're inclined to trade with one, like the 2-1 blocks the 4-2 pretty well. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And then next turn we could just straight up cast it if we want to, or we could do another warp and get a Cryo Shatter out there. No land, nothing. Interesting. Well, we can't attack again with it because we need an artifact to enter. At 5, it's a little awkward. If we warp this, it's just what it is. They could have counter unless you pay 2 up, but they're short on lands. I think that's okay if they do. Okay, we put it on the Navigator. It's going to let us loot if it lives. I plan on getting in with it. The 1 loot's probably enough. It's got trample. Draw a card, and... yeah. That's good. We trade. Boop, boop. We don't need to use a Cryo Shatter yet. Bombard. Honestly, that's probably the place I'd want them to use that the most. It doesn't attack very well. We're not enabling it at the very least right now. Yeah. Ooh. So we're going to warp. We're going to put the counter on the Thawbringer. If it dies, we at least get the Surveil. Perfectly fine. Tapestry Warden's great. We got a Giga Storm Titan, and then we're just going to get in. They'll trade if they want to, but I'm going to get in for 3. Yeah, sure. You're up. We got a 4/4. We got another one coming. Feeling pretty good. They've been missing land drops. Uthros Exile. Sure. Just gonna play this. I'm just gonna keep holding back this Cryo Shatter. I don't need to use it yet. Cryogen Relic. They can't even use it yet, but they can put a counter there. Yeah, sure. Can't get in, really. Fate Maker. Put it on the Vigilance creature. They go to 1. Just pass. They found their 4th land. See what that does for them. Okay, cool. They got hosed on lands, but still feel pretty good about how that went. So game 1's in the books. Let's get in there for game 2 now. Sure. Again, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully we surveil into a land. Opponent goes first, so this Mecha Navigator might not get in as easily. And I don't really plan on aggressively using Diplomatic Relations if I don't have to. Nice, we found our 4th land, so we're going to be able to scan ship. At the very least, we have a easy crew on it. Blooming Stinger. Sure. Still probably not interested in using that on it. They seem to want to kill the Mechan Navigator, or at least they have a removal spell. Just from the hovering. You know, it's important to kind of pay attention to some arena tells. A lot of people will hover when you play something and they have the ability to kill it. If you see your opponent hover, like, don't hover. In my opinion, it kind of gives away information. I don't know. If you can help it, try not to let your opponent know what it is that you are up to. It's got a counter. We could relations it down. Do I care? You know, that's my only removal spell at the moment. I'm just going to play a Thawbringer. It blocks well. Gene Pollinator's a little late to the party, I think, right? I mean, it does play for Gigastorm Titan if we wanted to go Pollinator Titan next turn, but I have a feeling I kind of don't want to. We're going to draw lands off this Uthra scan ship. Gene Pollinator's a little late to the party. Oh, yeah, and then we've got this. We're going to get rid of... It's kind of greedy to get rid of a land, isn't it? Infiltrator's a very good card. Maybe I should have left that on top so I knew I could have bend it. Well, now that I've got 2 removal spells, though, I feel comfortable using the Cryo Shatter. Let's take a greedy play and get rid of the island. If they just play Fate Maker again, like, I'll block. And they probably know that I'll block. Meltstrider Eulogist. They'll draw a card, but, like, I'm happy to trade here. Right? Well, we're kind of just racing, aren't we? Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. Let's just Cryo Shatter. I could Diplomatic Relations. Let's Cryo Shatter. It blocks still, but it doesn't block well. I don't want the other Thawbringer. That's easy enough. Take 6. We'll play Gigastorm Titan. I think it's important to kind of note what the kind of game dictates you do going forward. And I think in this scenario, it's that we're racing. Our opponent seems to be kind of light on resources. They've kind of hinted they have a removal spell. Sure, your guys have haste. You have a... I'm not blocking that. I don't know what you think I'm doing, but yeah. You're good. Ooh, land is good. Maybe I should have held that in hand. I'm still just going to do this. I'm going to go boop, boop. Then we just get a get in. Draw. Discard. They can't block, yeah. Okay, cool. They're at 1. We don't have a removal spell anymore, but... I mean, we're certainly in a position where, like, they're behind here. Like, at a certain point, I think our opponent should have realized that if we're racing, them just getting in for 3 while we're getting in for 6 is a losing game. Like, they were not the beatdown, and I think they needed to recognize that. They did not, though. Shattered Wings, that's not even good. Like, you can't get in with anything. Now it's just a blocker. Yeah. So, we're going to scan ship. They don't have breach. We can kind of just crew this up, and then next turn they're dead. We don't need a Tenderfoot. We'll play the land since we can. Now we just have that sitting there, and we got to keep the Ilvoy Operative or Mechan Navigator back for blocks if we have to. Cool. They need a removal spell for the air. And yeah, no, we've got them because we're just going to play the Tractor Beam. And that's that. Nice. Pretty straightforward game there. Our opponent just didn't recognize their role, I think. You know, we got a little lucky in drawing our removal spells, sure, but at the same time, like, we had good pressure. And by the time they started saying, like, okay, I need to step back and, like, start blocking, I think it was a bit too late. They were at, like, 1 life when they realized they needed to do that, so... You know, that's just kind of something you need to get better at. Like, I've made that mistake, and I will still make that mistake. I'm not claiming that I'm some sort of, like, perfect player who's never done that. Just, you know, like, that's a classic thing. Like, I think it was Brian Kibler wrote the article on, like, who's the beatdown, and Not enough times people kind of think about, like, is that me? Anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm going to keep this. We have a play on 3. If we need to hit the emergency panic button of the Cryo Shatter, yeah, I'm gonna. This card's good enough that I think you just Cryo Shatter it. Now they don't get to do the thing with it. I mean, they can hit me once, you know, with a robot, but, like, yeah. Drawing a 2-drop there is huge. That's so good. They didn't do anything with their 2 mana. What are they going to do with their 3 mana? Caesarian Voidborn. Yeah, sure. This is a moment where we could just put a counter on. That seems pretty bad. Let's go ahead and Thawbringer. Next turn, what we're going to do is we will probably play that and then the Gigastorm Titan. I'm happy with that. I don't think they'll trade the Voidborn for the Tenderfoot. They might chump with a Harrier. Them not chumping is interesting. They're keeping it. They want to have some sort of Alpha Strike, maybe? I don't know. But we have 2 spells next turn. They're pretty good, so yeah. We're kind of stocked up pretty well here. Good removal spell. I don't know. Nothing. Interesting. Warp this in. I'm gonna put the counter on the Thawbringer. Again, if it dies, we get value. We're not gonna show them the second spell. They could have plenty of things. I'm just gonna send the Thawbringer. I don't think I want to lose the 2/2 for nothing. Bard. We're gonna Surveil. Grove Strider is good. We kind of do need to draw lands. What are we doing next turn if we don't? We're just playing Mechan Navigator. I think this is like one of our better top-end cards. We got to keep that. It's a bummer. Next turn we could just play the Drix Fatemaker. That is true. They're at 4 lands. They're still not doing anything. They're reading Cryo Shatter. Eventually they're going to do something. Yeah. Put the counter on the Tenderfoot. And we're just going to get in. Them not doing anything means they probably have like a removal spell. Maybe a grab kill. Bombard. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to start making the Tenderfoot bigger. We draw land, we can Grove Strider. They have 3 cards in hand. We have a removal spell. It's pretty good creatures. We have some board buyout. Yeah, I'm not blocking. You can go ahead and get in. We're in the... Yeah, Pangolin, sure. And then... What, another Bombard? I'm going to get in. We'll see what happens here, but I'm just going to get in. I don't really want to... fall into a trick. Okay, cool. I think double spelling here is a little bit better than just one thing. That resolved pretty quick. So I'll just play the Mechan Navigator. Let's just put things on board. Yeah, they didn't appear to have an instant there. Now here... Nothing. Cool. I think I'm just going to play a 5-drop and pass. Oh, actually, you know what? I could attack with the Might and then get this +1/+0, and then... No, let's chill, Let's wait. We can set up a pretty good double block blow them out turn with Diplomatic Relations now. They are looking at an Embrace Oblivion. They're going to sack the Caveron here. That's probably why they've been holding on to it. Doing some math, maybe? They're hovering. Again, like, hovering I think here is, like... I think it's a bad habit. They're telling me right now they have something. Okay. You know, like... you know, it doesn't change the fact that I would have played around something, but they're telling me right now, by hovering my creature and theirs, the spell they probably have is Embrace Oblivion. Because you have to select your creature, their creature. Oh, Mutinous Massacre. Okay. Sure. Yeah. And then, is this... No, it's not lethal. Yeah. Sure. I think we're just going to win the game now, though. They only gain them till the end of the turn. You shouldn't attack, I don't think. Yeah. We're at 6. Huh. Gives it vigilance too, so like blocking actually becomes pretty reasonable. We finally chumping? They might not have realized that they don't get to keep them forever, because right now they are... No, they're looking at or play Pangolin. I don't really know what they could do in their graveyard. Maybe they have the 3 mana sack something, get something else back. It's fine. They have a spell. Yep, and they go to there. Alright, what do you got? That's a very good card, too. Like, you can just lose to this card out of nowhere, but... They appear to have sacrifice a creature, return something from your graveyard. Yep. This does not save them yet, because now they just need to chump. To draw here. Just draw 3. Yeah. I don't know what they could have. Bombard can't do it because they can't pay the war. I'm just getting in for 6. Yeah, sure. They're probably doing this to get the life out. Like, oh no, just so they go to 1. Okay, they have a removal spell. There's ways we could die. But with this tractor beam, if we untap, I feel pretty confident. They need to have like Plasma Bolt, but that wouldn't even work actually because the Void would need to be enabled and they'd have to kill their own creature. And this is whenever this or another creature, yeah. No, they could go Plasma Bolt. Okay, Meldon Moxite, that makes a tapped creature. That's not good enough. They have to discard a card. They're not going to do that because they're going to sack this. Yes. We go to 3. Then what's the last card? Has to be pretty good. Embrace Oblivion does it. There's no 1 mana trick that saves this, I don't believe, so... Pretty easy block. Tragic Trajectory. Pay the ward. Yeah. But now I just do this. I do this. And you cannot attack anymore. It was pretty good. They could have killed me, though. Because they Tragic Trajectory my guy, and they get in for... No, that wouldn't have done it. The Embrace Oblivion did it because it means they sacrifice their own creature, right? Scrounge for Eternity, or play Pangolin. They get to make it bigger. But... we have plenty we're drawing towards. Cryo Shatter's it, but let's just draw. I feel pretty confident right now. We use both of our diplomatic relations. Ben here. Cryo Shatter here. Then we're just gonna get in. They have to chomp. We get a draw discard. Don't want the land. And then, as long as they don't draw well for the next card, we're fine and dandy. Uh-huh. What do you got? Oh, they should have sacked their lander. Let me get another one. Ooh, Tapestry Warden. This is 8. Start here. Oh, yeah, no, we got him in the air. Okay, cool. Surveil doesn't really matter. Yep, sweet. That's a good game. We beat the Mutinous Massacre. We're cruising. This draft is going really well for us right now. I mean, this is certainly a hard card to beat. Like, you know, they just kind of had to play it, which meant they only got us down to 7 or something. And then we just kind of were able to keep applying pressure in there. Nice. Okay. This Mecha Navigator's got a lot of work to do, but I'm going to keep it. Pretty gladly discard an island, I think, next turn. Don't love the hover. Oh, Beamsaw Prospector. Okay. Oh, cool. We're just going to play a Thawbringer. I'm not going to attack into that. They can attack me, and then I just won't block. Gigastorm Titan's awesome, because we can do that next turn, actually. We could even scan ship and start crewing up. We get a draw card, discard a card off that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not going to block, sure. And get in for 2. Dubious Delicacy, kill my 4-2? Yeah, sure. We're going to go Gene. We're going to go Gigastorm Titan. We're going to go here, we draw. We discard a forest. Cool. If they attack in with a Prospector, we probably still just don't block. There's not a real reason to. We can almost crew the scan ship next turn completely. They're probably not going to attack here. I mean, it's very face-up why they would. Yeah. Sure. I'm not unhappy to see that. Oh. So we have to discard a card for that. Let's just play this. If they have counter unless you pay 2, they do. I'm just, ooh, nice. Draw 2. Interesting. We have a bajillion removal spells. Let's get rid of the relations. Actually, we could Cryo Shatter Relations. Maybe we just get rid of one of the Cryo Shatters, because then we have Tractor Beam as well. Okay. You're up. Start getting in the air next turn if we really want to. Saboteur's fine, but I think I'm happy double blocking it. They need to have double removal spell. I mean, if they just kill my guy first, I'm not allowed to block, so... Is what it is. Peregrine Beckoner. Sure. On the... Yeah, I'm not blocking that. I'll take 4. Oh, this is a terrible attack unless they have something. Yeah. Sure. Happy to double block. Now they need 2 removal spells just to... take that. I'll be back in a second here. Okay, sorry, I'm back. They killed their own creature with a Faller's Faithful. Then they get it back. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and crew this. 4 in the air. And then, like, I'm not even worried about anything right now. I'm just going to chill. I've got a diplomatic relations if I really need to. They've got 2 extra cards in their hand. That's pretty good. Our hand is pretty gassed. They're in blue-black, though, so, like, killing my guy is definitely something they could do. Elegy Acolyte. You got it, pal. We can't really stop that from happening. Caesarian Voidborn. We can stop this from happening. So now they can just get in for 5 if they really want to, which, again, they need to recognize their role in the matchup. Right now, they are acting as if they are the beatdown. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to get in for 8, and they're probably going to have to stop attacking. They're at 6, and then I'm going to download. I'll give them a turn to do whatever the hell they want to do. I don't want to draw that. Let's draw 3. Then they're up. It's got to be a good turn. Yep, so far it's not enough. They can't be serious. I mean, they're banking on being able to dubious delicacy me, but, like... how do I want to do this? So, Cryo Shatter, Navigator, Shield Mate. Cryo Shatter on the whatever. I think they have counter. Alright. Now I'm just going to get in the air, because I've got blockers on the ground. They're going to put me to 1. You got it. And they have the Voidborn. I think we should be dead. Sorry, I kind of lost my focus there. I was paying attention to something else. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, alright, alright. They got me. There wasn't much I could do about that. It stinks, but is what it is. Had I attacked all, it wouldn't have really mattered. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My head wasn't in the game there. Let's get into the next one. Okay, we go first, and this hand's kind of stinky. I'm going to mulligan it. Keep here, put a land back. This isn't much better, but we'll worm on 2. I hate this. Do we let them get 1 turn in with... No, let's just Cryo Shatter this thing. I'm not a fan of letting them have the guy that makes a 2/2 attacker every turn. I don't remember what that card was called in its first in Keltime or whatever. The one where it's like that. They have 2 of them. Thawbringer. Relations? Sure. That might have been a bad keep, actually. Drawing land to Scanship would have been a little bit better. Yeah, because now they just do this. At least we get the buyout of putting that away. Yeah, they can get in if they want to. It's dead. I'll take my 2. This could be worse. Yeah, there we go. This is good. So we are just going to Scanship here. It's a little slower, but... Ooh, that's good. We're going to keep this. Because next turn we can go Might, Titan, or Worm Titan. Ooh, Worm Titan lets us crew. Gains us some life? Yeah. Now we just get to do all of it? So we go... Worm. Whenever this creature becomes tapped. Nice. Titan. Might. Do we want to get in for 5 in the air? Sure. We're going to gain 2 next turn, too, so... Alright. This isn't horrible. They have to crack this turn, otherwise it goes away. They might just not care. They have 5 lands. Sure. They don't pay. They have something they want to spend 5 mana on. Skyward. It's not really good enough. Because we're just going to get in. They're going to stop getting in. I'll play a land just to have it out. We have the guy that can be bigger. We have the scan ship out, so discarding cards to drawing is... I guess we could find the Mechan Navigator or whatever. Not the Navigator, the 2-mana guy that draws and then discards, but that's fine. Peregrine Beckoner. I don't really know what you put it on. Yeah. Their attacks kind of suck. I'll take 10 probably. Because they're just dead if they attack. As far as I can tell, they're dead. They're hovering over their mana, their spells in hand. They could have +3/+2. What is this right now? This is lethal? Sure. If they have nothing else, we win? +3/+2, we still win. Yep, that doesn't matter. Because now we just get in for 10. Even better. Boop. Nice. They could have probably done the math a little bit better there, because the board state that we win was face up on the table. The Might gives us the +1/+1. We just had 10 damage anyways. The greenhouse got us 4 extra damage. Actually, 3 only. We had lethal... Oh, no, 4 extra because the Might gives another one. But we had lethal on board, so that attack was, I think, a little bit aggressive. Anyways, see you in the next one. Alright, here we go. 4-1. I think I may have jinxed myself earlier by saying things hadn't been going great for me lately. Of course, now I'm saying it out loud, and maybe that's going to bite me in the butt. So... I'll reluctantly keep this because Thawbringer can find us a island. But we're just good at the game, so we don't need to worry about it. And this is probably going to be a 2/3. Land on top's just about kind of what we need. Vanishing Light my Thawbringer? That's an aggressive play. And then no attack? You're technically allowed to do these things. That is my Cosmic Grand Zenith as soon as I draw an island. Uh-huh. Yep. Yoink. Love it. They have to kill their own Cosmic Grand. No block. Let's do this first. Get in, get a draw, get a discard a forest. This actually works out pretty well. Now we gotta go boop, boop. Extra point of damage in. And Gigastorm Titan. You're up. Could have played a land there. Probably should have. They were pretty hard on a lot of this stuff. It's a Star Breach Whale. You got it. 2 lands, land in hand. Yeah, they gassed out there. Boop. Ooh, these are good draws. We are not going to attack because they could just double block and then that'd be bad. Sure. Their own Gigastorm Titan. Yeah. Sure. They have no cards in hand. See if they try to make this thing bigger. They might try to crew it up. Then we'll just kill it with the diplomatic relations. Resolve. 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 We just got a Grove Strider next turn, as far as I can tell. Kind of want to test the waters on that. Hard to tell. It was probably just that. I'm playing around Counterspell right now. Maybe I shouldn't be, but this Grove Strider kind of matters. Okay, now we can play it safely. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, well, actually, this is fine, because if they don't, now the game's just kind of over. Okay, you're up. Yep. Nope. Yup. Makes sense. Okay. Going good. We have to win here. That's not great. Still have a Cryo Shatter left in the deck. If we end up needing the thing. That's pretty good. Oh, now everything has trample. So if I attack in, they block, 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 block. So they've got 2, 6, 9. Got that. So then I would have 6, 10. Focus fire pretty much is it. This I think is lethal though. And if it isn't, they still have to trade their board. Okay, nice. That went pretty well. That atmospheric greenhouse was huge with the Drix Fate Maker. Nice, alright, cool. 5-1. See you in the next one. Game 6. We're going for our 6th win. Maybe game 7? I don't know. We're 5-1 right now, so yeah, game 7. Still feeling good. Oh yeah, we love a Sunset Saboteur. They're not blocking. I mean, neither am I, but... Next turn we could attack with a Tapestry Warden, theoretically. I have to put a counter on something. Sure. We're gonna race them. This might seem crazy, but we're gonna race them. They're probably thinking, this is insane. I think it's insane. We're gonna play a worm, though. I don't know. That was stupid. I should have just sucked it up and put that on the Saboteur. They just probably don't know that we're getting into that this next turn, I guess. Oh, no, I guess we're just doing this now, aren't we? Probably could have done the might, actually, and then I could have attacked. Oh, that's on me. I'm silly. I know. I've made some mistakes this game. Yeah. Stuck on lands. I'm not blocking. Sure, okay, this is fine. Land worm. Worm gets buff, doesn't matter. We can play Tapestry Warden, maybe sack lander next turn if we draw land. I had played Emergency Eject on it. Yeah, Focus Fire doesn't do it, if that's what they're playing at having. I'll warp this in. Counter here, they have to kill it. Sure. Huh. Okay. I'll just play the Drix Fate Maker again next turn. Yep. So we're not going to sack the lander until their end step so that they don't get the free equip. Yeah. That doesn't turn on void. Oh, nice. A little wombo combo. They'd have to double block. I don't believe them. So they played 2 Radiant Strikes. No, a Radiant Strike and an emergency eject. They have a grab kill. Sure. I mean, it's certainly not great for us. Probably going to stop attacking, which sucks. Mean Gene. They can't kill us, but they can put us to 2. Never mind, they can kill us. We just can't block anymore. We take 5 in the air. It doesn't really matter. They just attack, we block, we take the 2. We lost that game. And it's our fault. We lost that. It's my fault I lost that game. I played my removal incorrectly. I was a little greedy, and that's on me. I didn't recognize who the aggressor was as well as I could have. That's, I mean, like, we had this conversation, I guess, earlier, but, like, you gotta recognize when you are or are not the beat down, and we were not then. Opponent goes first. I mean, you could ask for worse hands, but I think we're gonna ask for a better one. Dawbringer on 3 is really nice, just the smoothing from it. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. Just be safe here. Okay. It's cool. This is actually pretty great. We got a 1-drop. Got a 2-drop. You know what we could do if we want to be greedy? Could try to play this next turn. I don't think I'm gonna. That's a land down. That is a cost. Right, so I put a counter on this. They double block, they get a robot. I can't put a counter on it, though. But I could Cryo Shatter and Gigastorm Titan. That's the higher upside play. Servandum. No, they should have attacked there. Ooh, good draw. So, Worm doesn't really matter. Let's just put a counter on this. You're gonna send with everything but Servandum here. I just need to suck it up, right? I don't love that we're making Servandum a lot bigger, but sure. Elegy Acolyte. That's a good card. I don't feel good about this game anymore. I'll definitely let their Servandum get... Actually, wait a minute. Void. I'll take the full damage. They're only going to draw the one card anyways. And this means their Void doesn't get turned on. We have to tap something down for this. Let's do this. Gains life. No attacks. Certainly behind here. Sure, they're going to get their counters on Vonda. That's going to be annoying, but eventually we'll deal with them. Okay. Greenhouse is actually something that seems pretty good here. Clawbringer will be fine. Okay. Night Breacher's huge. Yeah, they're just gonna get robots. Well, they'll get a robot. Still, though. Eventually we'll have to cryo shatter this thing or something. Not thrilled about it. They don't have reach. 8? We're just gonna start getting in the air? I guess. They warp that in, they're gonna put some counters. Yep. The Vondum, they're saying they're ready to buy out. Interesting. Okay. I think this could be worse for us. They're going to Vondum destroy the greenhouse. The worm. Alright. I prefer the greenhouse over the worm, to be honest with you. But sure. Hopefully they don't see we're dead to attack all. Oh, wait, we're not, because they can't even tap the Breacher. Okay. That's fine. I mean, this isn't amazing for us. Sure. So, we need to go to 1? That sucks. So what happens if I keep the greenhouse? I go and that. Oh right, yeah, we needed to block that way. I'm an idiot. That was me. We're not gonna win that game anyways. GG's. All right, I'm happy with that draft. 5 and whatever. Cool. All right, yeah, pretty successful one. thanks for checking in on this one. We'll see you the next time.